iPhone Plus battery replacement. Remove the two 3.4mm Pentalobe screws at the bottom edge of the iPhone. Place the eye opener in the center of the microwave. Heat the eye opener for 30 seconds throughout the repair procedure. As the eye opener cools, reheat it in the microwave for an additional 30 seconds at a time. Remove the eye opener from the microwave, holding it by one of the two flat ends to avoid the hot center. Lay the warm eye opener over the lower edge of the phone to soften the adhesive holding the display in place. Apply a suction cup to the lower half of the front panel, just above the home button. Pull up on the suction cup with firm, constant pressure to create a slight gap between the front panel and rear case. Insert the flat end of a spudger into the gap while pulling up on the suction cup. Twist the spudger to widen the opening between the screen and rear case. Insert the flat end of the spudger between the front panel and the rear case at the lower left edge of the iPhone. Slide the spudger up the left edge of the phone, starting at the lower edge and moving towards the volume control buttons and silent switch, breaking up the adhesive holding the display in place. Remove the spudger from the left side of the phone and insert the flat end into the bottom right corner. Slide the spudger up the right edge of the phone to the top corner, breaking up the adhesive holding the display in place. Pull up on the suction cup to lift up the display and open the iPhone. Pull up on the small knob on the suction cup to remove it from the front panel. Slide an opening pick underneath the display along the top edge of the phone to loosen last of the adhesive. Pull the display assembly slightly away from the top edge of the phone to disengage the clips holding it to the rear case. Open the iPhone by swinging the display up from the left side, like the back cover of a book. Remove the following 4 3.000 screws securing the lower display cable bracket to the logic board. 3 1.2mm screws, 2.6mm screw. Remove the lower display cable bracket. Use the point of a spudger to lift the battery connector out of its socket on the logic board. Use the flat end of a spudger or a fingernail to disconnect the two lower display. Remove the 3 3.000 screws securing the bracket over the front panel sensor assembly connector. 1 1.3mm screw, 2 1.0mm screws. Remove the bracket. Disconnect the front panel sensor assembly connector from its socket on the logic board. Remove the display assembly. Remove the following 2 Phillips screws securing the barometric vent to the rear case. 1 2.9mm screw, 1 2.1mm screw. Remove the vent. Use the flat end of a spudger to disconnect the taptic engine connector from its socket on the logic board. Remove the 3 1.5mm Phillips screws securing the taptic engine to the rear case. Remove the taptic engine. Use a pair of tweezers to peel back the 3 adhesive strips on the lower edge of the battery. Slowly pull one battery adhesive tab away from the battery toward the bottom of the iPhone. Pull steadily, maintaining constant tension on the strip until it slips out from the battery in the rear case. For best results, pull the strip at a 60th angle or less. Repeat the previous step for the second and third strips. If you removed all adhesive strips successfully, skip the next step. Otherwise, if any of the adhesive strips broke off underneath the battery and could not be retrieved, continue with the next step below. Prepare an eye opener and apply it to the back of the rear case, directly over the battery. Alternatively, you can apply heat using a heat gun or hair dryer. After about a minute, remove the eye opener. Flip the phone over and slide a plastic card underneath the battery to break up any remaining adhesive behind the battery. Remove the battery.